This is your reminder on how you can truly have your specific person chasing you, how you can have them pursuing and adoring and loving and doing anything they can to be with you. Now, what is your specific person from a manifestation perspective? Your specific person is a reflection of you. They are merely a reflection of what you assume to be true about you and how they show up for you in that way, and also them, how you assume they're going to show up for you in that way. Now, let me give you a little bit of an analogy that's going to help with the rest of this video to explain how to get them to chase you. You are the creator of your reality. So think of yourself like a screenwriter. You're someone that writes plays, for example. Your subconscious mind is the creative power of your reality. Through your focus, you feed your subconscious mind the story to which it gets to work pushing it out. So think of your subconscious mind like the producer. Your 3D reality is the production. If you are feeding your subconscious mind a certain set of stories through the thoughts that you have, through the way that you'll react to things, through the jokes that you'll make, the inner conversations you'll have, and such things like that, you are essentially writing a play. Then you hand that play over to the producer, to which it gets to work making it into a full-blown production. Now, if you're watching that production and you sit there and you think, oh, I don't like that, you don't then get up onto stage and start trying to make people change and do different things, do you? No. Instead, you go back to the script that you wrote and you change the character development to be in line with what you do want. Now, bringing that back into sort of reality terms, when something is happening in your 3D reality, it is because you have fed your subconscious mind the story of it being that way. How you chose to do that, I don't know. You could have been the way that you were having negative inner conversations, you could have spiraled, you could have been chasing. How you fed that story, I don't know, sitting on this side of the screen. All I do know is that because your 3D reality is nothing more than a projection of old impressions, at some point in time, in one form or another, you fed it a story that will make your specific person show up for you in that way. So, what you want to do is, instead of chasing further, instead of trying to convince him to show up for you in that way, instead of posting Instagram stories to get his attention and such things like that, you want to go back to the script that you wrote and change his character development. You want to feed your subconscious mind a new story through new forms of focus to create the shifts within him, or her, of course. What I mean by this is, if you've been presently having inner conversations where you've been arguing with each other, that's what would have probably created this outcome. So instead, what you want to do is you want to be aware of the stories that you've been having going on inside your mind and shift them. You want to write yourself out a new script saying, specific person does actually chase me. Specific person does actually pursue me. Specific person and I are in a loving relationship. Specific person shows up for me in the most desirable way. Of course, I recommend using their name, but, I'm doing it general here. And you want to reside within that to make that the dominant story that you feed your subconscious mind, to which it gets to work pushing out for you to experience. You've written a new script, you've handed it over to your producer, and your producer has gone out there and made it into a full-blown production. If you can do this, if you can understand where you've been writing your specific person to play out for you in this undesirable way, and change that, he or she will shift the way that they show up for you. Guaranteed. You can't have a new set of thoughts and assumptions and it not change the outcomes that you have at some point in time. It physically isn't possible. That's not the law. Once you shift what you are focusing on and make it dominant in a new story, it has to play out for you. So if you've been experiencing something undesirable, that just means that up to this point, you've been thinking undesirably. So from now, cut it. What do I want? I want a specific person chasing, pursuing, adoring, and loving me. Okay, how am I going to make that happen? Well, I know that in order to make my outcome that way, in order to make my desired reality be that way, I need to show my subconscious mind that it already is that way. So I'm going to start affirming that it's that way. I'm going to start having inner conversations that it's that way. I'm going to start thinking and feeling and acting as though it is that way. And I'm going to hold the faith that those are going to create so they can then create externally. If you can do this, if you can catch it when you're thinking that old stuff that keeps your specific person in place, catch it and say, no, that's not true for me because he's doing X or because she's doing X, then you can guarantee that your desired reality will shift because you are making the conscious effort to change what you are showing your subconscious mind regarding his behaviors, therefore meaning that his behaviors will shift. It's as simple as that. I think you're probably doing extremely well in your manifestation journey, but I think you could get your desire even quicker, and I can help you with that. These people here that I'm about to put up on the screen, they all was willing to test my I Manifest For You service, which is essentially where I write a daily script that I send over to you, and then I hold your affirmations or your desired end in my thoughts as I go about my day. This is literally me manifesting for you as an aid. And as you just saw, a lot of people are having some really good success from it. So if you want that faster manifestation, if you want a helping hand, if you want to feel like you're not doing it alone, I can help you with that. Now, just one sort of little thing that I do want to say. So many of you do amazing creative work. When people send over their affirmations and their routine and stuff, I'm like, wow, you actually do quite a good amount of work and your affirmations and stuff and that are great. But one thing that so many people are doing is they're also doing a lot of destructive work as well. They're catching themselves thinking negatively, or they're allowing themselves to think negatively, and it's your dominant state that manifests. Which means, let's say, for example, you affirmed for 5,000 times. If you thought like crap 6,000 times, it's still technically dominantly in that negative. And this is what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are writing that amazing script and then having some spirals, they're having some negative thoughts and they're scribbling it all out again and writing a new one. And then they're trying to get back onto the positive and they're scribbling all that out and trying to write a new one. And then they start spiraling again and they scribble it all out again. And it's going to get to a point where your producer just has so many of these jumbled up scripts that it's not going to create anything consistent for you. So decide what it is that you want. You want the persistence, you want the chasing, you want the love, you want the adoration. Anything else that says that that isn't the case, any thoughts, any 3D circumstances, any fears, any doubts, any feelings, any actions that you take, anything at all that constitutes toward your focus that is in alignment with not having them show up for you in that way, you need to put in the bin. You honestly need to grab the closest bin and put your head in it momentarily so you can say, those thoughts are now out of my brain and into this bin. And you need to replace them with, they are loving, they are adoring, they are chasing, they are pursuing, they are whatever it is that you want them. Healthily obsessed if you even want to go to the obsession route. Because by doing so, you're going to be feeding that story, therefore creating that outcome. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop me a like and a comment just to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. That way you won't miss any future amazing videos. If you're in need of one-to-one help to get your specific person chasing and pursuing you, down below in the comment section and the description is the link to my Linktree, where you can see the links to my website, where I offer tons of amazing solutions for you. If you want me on your helping hand or on your shoulder being a helping hand, I have screwed up my intros, pretty much outros. See, I'm still doing it. I have screwed up my outros pretty much every single time for the past 2 weeks. But if you want me on your shoulder as a helping hand manifesting for you, I do have that service available, which is down below in the description. That will take you to my website, and I probably put a little thing earlier on in the video about it to sort of do a speech on it, so I won't say any more on that. If you want more help from me, but you don't want to sign up for coaching, I do have a memberships available where you can gain extra videos, free worksheets, free routines, free planners, tons of amazing stuff, which is honestly amazing value for money. So that's also down below in the Linktree. I look forward to all of those of you who sign up. Apologies for fucking up this outro. Oh my God, I'm going to go put myself in the bin in a minute. Apologies for screwing up this outro, and I'll catch you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.